The only way we can eradicate darkness is by bringing light. And this beauty, this music that we present, I hope it feels like a moment where we can be healed. My name is Cristian Măcelaru. I'm the music director of Orchestre National de France. Every concert for me is a very special event because I get to share what is so close to my heart, the music that we create. And I think it's so important, especially today, when there is so much darkness, with war, with loss of life. And I think it's our responsibility as artists to bring more beauty into the world. And I think darkness can only be eradicated with light and with beauty. And I take this responsibility very seriously, which is why I insist on performing as much as possible right now. And there is a connection that we make with each other that cannot be put in words. That's why we put it in music. The music that we are performing is also in some way very close to the times that we're living in. It deals with the theme of loss, with the theme of war, of death, and the renewal of life. The Taras Bulba by Janacek, which begins the program, Janacek's musical language always speaks of nature, speaks of the way that we speak as human beings. Then we continue with Ravel's Piano Concerto for the Left Hand, which also is a piece that is influenced by war because it was written for a pianist that only had one hand for this reason. And then, of course, we have the Rachmaninoff Symphonic Dances, a piece that he wrote at the end of his life. And for me, the most meaningful part of the Symphonic Dances is the very, very ending. And this sense of peace that we are left with at the end of a piece, but at the same time, in the last second, a huge question mark. And there is an open end about the direction of the world. And I think this also speaks about Rachmaninoff's own time when he wrote this composition. He had been a refugee himself. He had to escape Russia because of the First World War, and he had to accommodate and to find his life and peace in a different country. Just like Rachmaninoff, I have been an immigrant my entire life as well. I went in search of music to discover a place that I could create and I could continue to grow. We draw our inspiration from humans. We speak of history, of the timeline, of the universe. And music remains timeless this way. It is not about Russian culture, it is about human culture. And the fact that we have music, and it doesn't matter where it comes from, speaks of the fact that the art elevates us beyond our limitations as human beings. We also present a small surprise in our program. It's by Ukrainian composer Silvestrov. This is a very beautiful, slow composition that I hope will encourage us to meditate and to contemplate on the pain and the suffering of the people of Ukraine. Human beings will always fight, will always be in a war. That is in human nature because we are animals. But at the same time, how incredible it is that in moments of time, in different places on this planet, we allow ourselves to be elevated beyond our limitations as human beings to create art, to create culture, to create music. But music elevates us beyond our problems. It brings us to an ideal where we can see what peace can be. The pursuit of liberty, the pursuit of freedom and of happiness. It's so important for us to acknowledge and to have. And I think we cannot be quiet in these times, and we make this statement in solidarity with our brothers and sisters from Ukraine.